Hey friends, Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review on this foundation. This is the Tarte 20. This is their tinted moisturizer. I did do a first impression in a chit chat get ready made recently, which I'll link up in the cards, and it's been a couple weeks, so I thought I would finally review this. I said in that video that I wanted to give you my first impression on it, but I didn't want to do like a single video on it. I kind of wanted to try it out and then give you a review on it, and I think this is how I might be doing my first impressions from now on. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing this for you today. I'm also going to give you a wear test and stuff, and I'm going to show you how this applies in a demo as well, which you'll see after these clips. But I did want to give you information about this first. So like I said, this is the Tarte 20 Tinted Moisturizer. It has broad spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen in it. This does come in 3 shades, which I think is terrible. I have the lightest shade, which is light, which makes me think that people are fairer than me. How are they going to get their shade? Tarte, you need to do better about this. Yes, it's a tinted moisturizer. You might use this under makeup, but that's terrible. So it comes in light, medium, and then medium, which is terrible. That's terrible. This is great for normal, oily, combination, dry, and sensitive. And it's basically just what it is an oil-free SPF 20 tinted moisturizer. Delivers natural sheer to light coverage and non-chemical sunscreen ingredients. It's supposed to uneven skin tone and be good for dryness and redness. And it's supposed to hydrate, soften, and brighten the skin and protect against environmental aggressors. It's free of parabens and phthalates, and it's supposed to be vegan, hypoallergenic, and it's dermatologist tested. And basically it says use a foundation brush, sponge, or fingertips to apply a smooth layer onto clean skin, build up coverage as needed. So yeah, that's basically the information about this. It does retail for $36 if you do want to purchase this. First off, I just have to say, as a review standpoint, is that is a terrible shade range. That's awful. I can't believe that's a shade range. I didn't really realize that until like actually looking that up right now. Oh my god. But that's the information on the products, and now let's just get into the demo, and then I'm gonna give you my review on it. Okay, so now on to the application part of this video. We're gonna start applying this foundation just so I can show it to you and stuff live on camera. So typically I will use the It brushes for Ulta. This is the 102 brush from them, but this one's really cakey. It has a little product in it, so we're not gonna be using that today. We're gonna use just the Real Techniques. This is their buffing brush. We're gonna use this brush today, and I haven't really used this with a sponge. I typically like to put it on with a brush, and then I like to kind of blend it out with sponge. So we'll do that. Okay, so first what I do is typically I just take a little bit of product. It is very thick. It looks like that when you squirt it on, but it feels very lightweight on the face. You honestly, when you wear this, you don't really feel like you're wearing much, which I really like, and it honestly gives you great coverage. I filmed with this on and I really liked the coverage. I felt like I got good coverage, and I just feel like it just really matched me well. I have the shade light if you're curious, but you'll know that from the intro part of this video. And yeah, so I just like blend it with this and go in circular motions, and I start with a little bit of product just because you don't want to like go too overboard too quickly. You want to do just a littlest bit before going into like a ton of product. You definitely don't want to have a ton of product on there. Like, no, that's not a goodie. And then you're gonna take a little bit more, and then you're just gonna stamp it on. At least that's what I do. I'm not like telling you how to apply your foundation. You apply how you want, but this is how I do it. And yeah, so I just like make sure to buff it in and stuff, and I feel like I get like really good coverage of it. Like, I don't need much, and I feel like already I have like the coverage I want, so I don't really feel the need to like really build it up. But for this video I will, but like normally I would just do like a couple layers of this and then let it be and stuff. And I just think it looks so beautiful, so great coverage. It really just blends into the skin. It gives you that nice coverage, because a lot of tinted moisturizers are very lightweight, which is fine. Like, I'm fine if the formula is lightweight, but I kind of like something that's gonna give me coverage as well. Like, some tinted moisturizers, they just underdo it, where I want something that's gonna give me lightweightness but also give me some coverage. My problem area is definitely my cheeks. I definitely like my cheeks to have more coverage because that's where I have like most of my acne scarring. So of course we want to have like the best coverage there. And I also like how it does give me like a dewy look to my face. Like I feel very glowy and stuff. I do use like a couple different primers. I've been using the primerizer, which I just used that up. So you see that in MT's video very soon if you haven't already. Otherwise I'll throw it up in the cards. Then I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer, which I really like. I've just been trying to use that up as my new product in my Use Up 18 in 2018, which I'm doing very well at. And then I like to take the MAC Strobe Cream, which I've been using recently. And that's kind of what gives me the glow, but I feel like this does add a little bit more to that, which I like. And I just feel like it matches pretty well and it blends very well. We can really just get it in there and it works so well, and I love it. And I always be sure to blend down my neck. I feel like a lot of people forget to blend down their necks and like on their jawline, because you definitely just want it to match. I know like if it does match your actual skin tone, you're okay, but I like it to match extra good. So yeah, that's the application part of this video, and I just feel like I get really good coverage and I really like how it looks. So then I go do my rest of my face makeup, and yeah, I'll be right back with the rest of my face makeup on. Okay, so now all my makeup is on, and this is what my face is looking like. I really like how it looks. I think everything just blends beautifully over it, and it just looks really beautiful over it. And I do have to set it down with powder, and I just use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's my typical powder I like to use for my face just because it doesn't like dry out my skin, since my skin is still like normal to dry and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I really like how my face looks just so glowy where I need it to be, and it just looks very nice and doesn't really have much to it. Just looks beautiful. And yeah, so I'm gonna go film another couple videos and then I will be right back. I will check in with you throughout the day. Okay, so I've had this makeup and just the foundation on for about 8 hours, and it's looking pretty good. Still looking glowy, still can see everything, which I'm loving. And I don't know, I don't really have any complaints about it. I am feeling a little bit dry right here and like on my chin, but other than that, I'm not really feeling any differently. I feel very hydrated everywhere else, and it just looks really good, and I'm really loving how it's looking right now. So yay! Okay, so now onto the review aspect of this. Since I have used this about 5 times, I am going to give you my opinion on it right now here. I do think this is a good product if you can find your shade range. Obviously, like, it does not come in a good shade range, which I think is super disappointing. Like, come on now, like, can you please just extend your range? Because this is terrible. There should not be 3 shades in something. Just because it's tinted moisturizer doesn't mean people don't want their shade. That's so shady, Tarte. Like, what? Like what? But to be honest, am I surprised? A lot of brands, when it comes to like other products that aren't foundations, they come out with way less shades. Makeup Forever did that with that skin tint I tried recently, and it's just I can't. But this does last well throughout the day. It does protect my skin from the sun, since it does have the SPF in it, SPF 20 and stuff. It's great for if you wear makeup. I like my makeup to obviously have like some type of sunscreen in it, and it just lasts pretty well throughout the day. It lasts like 10 to 12 hours. My makeup pretty much stays on all day with it. My makeup might fade, like my blush might fade, my highlight might fade. A couple things might fade like in certain areas of my face, but it pretty much stays the same. And as you can see from the wear test, it does pretty much wear pretty well throughout the day, whereas like most of my foundations wear, which is nice. And it just feels very nice on my face. It's not thick or heavy, which you heard me say in the demo part of this video, but I don't know, I can't fathom how it doesn't have that many shades. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, it does wear and it is great throughout the day. Probably when I repurchase this after I finish it up, just because I find that like the shade range, I don't want to support that, but it is very nice to try out and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think it's lightweight, it blends very well, it blends with pretty much any tool. I do prefer it with a brush, but it does blend nice if I use a beauty blender as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this foundation. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below any videos you'd like to see next. And please subscribe if you haven't already, because I post videos every single week. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!